podcast is part of the Pod Syndicate family. For more criminally compelling shows, articles, and conversations, head to wearepodsyndicate.com.
Don't do it. Please do it in order.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and welcome to episode 356 of Film Bastards. We are back after a week off. I am one of your co-hosts, Mark Foster, and as ever, I am joined by...
Becky Foster. Hello, everyone.
And...
Hello, everyone, she says with gritted teeth. Ian Loring, hello, everyone.
So we're back after a week off last week. I think that was the first week we took off during lockdown, I think, wasn't it?
No, I think we took one off a little earlier in lockdown, I think.
I think that was more a kind of, we left it really late more than a specific week off, wasn't it?
Yeah. Sure.
Days just lost all meaning and it ended up being late.
Yeah. So we took a week off, partially because there's not an awful lot out. The other part of the reason was we did a Playing It Forward, and we historically have often taken a week off when we've done Playing It Forward because there's a number of films that myself and Ian watch, and then if we were to do an episode of that, and then we've got to watch the other films, it's a lot for us.
It's a lot, isn't
it? It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a burden. It's a burden we carry.
And that's not what you want it to be. You want it to be a joyful experience.
We do, yes. And we don't want to be constantly repeating ourselves. We don't want to be constantly repeating ourselves.
Fucking dickhead.
Is that an in-joke that I don't get? Or was it just because you're...
No, he just repeated himself.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
It's really fun.
A bit foggy.
I'm just that funny.
Yeah.
Funny.
What have we got this week? We have a review of Palm Springs. We have a review of The Way Back, or Finding the Way Back, as it's been titled in the UK. Literally changed the name of the title of the film, like, just for no
so fucking pointless.
It is pointless. It is so pointless. It isn't even like a big name change. We got some what we've been watching. I think there has been a couple of trailers, so we have some trailers to talk about. I'm not sure if I've had questions or anything yet, so we'll see.
Did you ask for questions?
I think I did. I'm not sure. Ian, what's been happening in the news?
So, breaking news over the last hour or so, Tenet again has a new date. August the 26th. In basically anywhere outside the US where shit isn't really, really, really bad. So apparently that includes the UK, so that's nice. Yeah. And then coming out over the Labor Day weekend, so not that weekend, but the weekend after in the US, in basically whatever states will allow it to be shown.
Yeah.
So, real interesting. Feels like this one may well stick now because they are basically saying, look, we will release it when the country says we can release it.
Yeah, I think it's got to the point now where they've kind of gone, do you know what? We just want to release it now. Let's just do it.
And it just, frankly, this is the canary in the coal mine. If this goes okay, it's open season, then, Black Widow should hopefully come out. No Time to Die should hopefully come out. Mulan didn't get a redate, did it? It's undated, so
undated, yeah.
That could come out whenever. You got Antebellum in September, you got Candyman in October. It feels like things can start slotting into place a bit. Bill and Ted Face the Music is fucking hell. It looks like it's probably going to be the same weekend as Tenet, which is fucking mental. And I thought that was really interesting as well, that Bill and Ted Face the Music is going to be VOD and cinemas in the US. Over here, it's just going to be cinemas, which is, I don't know. I feel like that's pretty promising. That and the 78-minute runtime. It's like, let's fucking go.
78-minute runtime is glorious.
It feels now like once the cinemas like do actually open, like once the chains do open and once Tenet comes out, that will hopefully be the real Kickstarter. And there are worries about a second wave, and particularly like in the winter. But who knows where the fuck we'll be by then? You know, like, who knows what this University of Oxford thing's going to do? I mean, I imagine if that fucking vaccine, like, actually has a chance of working, the fucking red tape that will be smashed through to get that out there.
I don't know how comfortable I am with that, though.
What?
Like, I'd like it to go through its due process.
Nah, put that haunting the brain lesions.
But I mean, it's, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is the fact that they've already said, yeah, it's safe. It is a bit like, that's quite quick, but you know, like it's. I suppose what I'm trying to say is, like, there is quite a bit of time before we get into the winter, before we get into flu season. I will say right now, for the love of fucking Christ, get yourself a flu jab this year. Just go get yourself a flu jab. If you're an anti-vaxxer, fuck right off. No time for that shit whatsoever. Stop endangering other people, you selfish pricks. Anyway,
I very rarely agree with Boris Johnson, but I found myself agreeing with him twice in the past sort of few days.
God, are you sure you haven't got like a fever? You got a run?
Once was when he basically said that anti-vaxxers were dangerous and a bit nuts, which made you go, I'm glad that he isn't saying, look, this is their choice thing. He's going, no, fuck those bastards.
I can see their perspective and I respect their right to an opinion.
Yeah. But what is it? I'm glad the fact that he's just saying, no, they're nuts and they're endangering people's lives. And the other one is the whole obesity thing. I think it's a bit rich coming from a factor to say it, but
I don't know, to be fair. Like, all their stuff seems to be around just putting prices up on unhealthy foods.
Well, yeah, there is. I'm not saying I agree with the policies so far. I'm saying that I agree with the fact that it's something that needs to be targeted and looked.
It's a fucking Big Mac, Mark. I don't want to be paying 50p more a burger for it.
Well, you've got that fucking eat out to help out thing at the moment, haven't you? Which feels like the person who came up with that slogan. How old
it was a
are
joke.
Yeah. I mean, like, I can't believe this fucking worked.
Yeah. It went home and it went. Debs, you know that slogan thing that I came out with last night, and we chortled a lot over a bottle of Zinf. Yeah, they went for it.
I saw someone tweeting saying that, like, only the Tories would come up with that slogan and not be like, you know, it's a Tory who doesn't realise what that's implying.
Yeah. And you can imagine that somebody trying to explain it to them saying, right, and explain it, and then literally using dolls to explain it to them and going, nope, still not getting it.
Blokes don't do that. Yeah.
No, yeah, exactly. No, exactly. God, where were we? No, but I mean, it's the fact, you know, Johnson has got so much wrong with him, it's fucking untrue. But the fact he had the fucking self-awareness to actually say, look, I did not help myself when I got coronavirus by how big I am. Because you know, if it was Trump, he would have been like, the strain of coronavirus, there was Bigley. It was Bigley. And
it was
I was the
strain. It was most good.
Yeah. It was the best strain. You wouldn't believe how big this strain was. And it knew I was president. And I did a test, and it was the best test. Like, I
love all the stuff that's been coming out recently about this cognition test that he's done.
Yeah.
Like the whole fact that he basically
did a
said the
remix
first
of
5
the
things he
person.
saw.
You are?
The fact that he basically just said the first 5 things he saw, and then he was talking about recalling it, and then there was obviously a second there where he'd forgotten what the order was.
Yeah. The fact that the guy who's doing the interview is kind of looking at him, nodding, thinking, if somebody could just take me away from this place right now so I don't have to continue with this without going, you're a fucking idiot.
Someone did a remix of the audio on Twitter the other day, and honestly, I must have watched it about 10 times just giggling to myself.
Yeah. I must admit, I saw somebody had written down the words on the thing from Arrival.
Yeah, that's great.
Me laugh a little bit too much. So beyond that, there isn't a lot of other movie news because, quite simply, there's a lot of shit going on. Let's just try and get some movies out, and then we'll tackle some of the shit later on.
Well, I think since our last show, things have started shooting again, haven't they? Like, the new Mission Impossible movies restarted shooting.
Has it?
I believe so, in wherever it is. Yeah, I'm sure I saw something right started shooting again.
Yeah, the new Jurassic World's been shooting as well. That's been on for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, did you see what's her face's bruise picture?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That was quite impressive. Those are impressive bruises.
Yes. We have some trailers though this week,
which is always exciting.
Which is good. Another good sign that you're at towards the end of the apocalypse. What have we got? Ian, have you seen any trailers this week?
I was a big, it's not really a trailer, but I was a big fan of the New Mutants Comic-Con thing, where it's an official ad for the New Mutants, and it's just taking the piss out of how many release dates it's had. And then it says at the end, August 28th, hopefully. So fucking hell. But actually, yeah, so no, because Bill and Ted, I think, is actually September, but we're going to have New Mutants and Tenet the same weekend. I mean, New Mutants can't catch a fucking break.
No, it can't. New Mutants is the only film in existence that is going to start playing and somehow the reel is going to set on fire, despite the fact that it's not being shown on film. It will literally happen like that, and they'll be like, we don't know how this is happening. It's digital.
I think they're just at a point where they don't give a shit how it does. They just want to get it the fuck out now and move on with their lives.
I just admit it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
No, but the guy who had the film on the USB has lost it.
Could be that. Maybe he left it on a bus.
He did.
I mean, the thing is, if they played it right, they could make out like bandits with that fucking film. Like now, Tenet is out on the 26th, so that's a Wednesday. You bring out New Mutants on the 21st as like the big film of that weekend, like internationally. Don't necessarily release it in the US then, release it in the US later, but do that internationally. Blitz the ever-loving shit out of TV ads for it in the couple of weeks leading up to it, saying only in cinemas August 21st. That thing would have a really good opening. It would.
Yep.
And they won't do it.
They won't do it now.
They'll stick to its date, and it'll be, what do people want to see, Tenet or the New Mutants? I mean, to be fair, I'll see both.
Yeah.
But so would you guys, but not a lot of people would in the grand scheme of things. People will go see Tenet. Oh, fucking, yeah. But I liked the self-awareness, and honestly, at this point, I wish that film all the fucking best.
Yeah, just actually being shown is an achievement for that film now.
I'm surprised that I'm kind of surprised that they didn't have some sort of way of being able to see it at Comic-Con as such, but I suppose that would break some sort of exhibitors guidelines. But like some sort of online pass thing, one night only, pay $30 and see the New Mutants now.
Yeah, because people would have done it.
It would get buzz going as well, wouldn't it?
I'd have done it.
Well, that's it. Our press screen's going to work. Let's not get into that.
Well, no, I mean that, and I mean like because it kind of feels like my realm. So the film festivals are starting to rumble on a bit. There's a new Francis McDormand film, Nomadland, I believe it's called, which is directed by Chloe Zhao, who's directed Eternals. So she did The Rider, I think it was called, a couple years back. I haven't seen it, and I should. and she's directed Eternals, but she's also done this kind of indie film that Searchlight are releasing, and that is going to be opening Venice. Is also going to be, so the Telluride Film Festival, which is usually on, has been cancelled. They're going to have a Telluride affiliated drive-in screening in LA, and it looks like it's probably going to play LFF as well. And so LFF are going to be doing screenings of 13 films as like advanced screenings in cinemas across the UK, which is a pretty cool idea.
Yeah, what is that?
And but then it's like you just said about press screenings there. It's like a press pass for LFF. If for 1 year only, they're like, we will do all the press screenings online, but it's like you have to watch it in this time window. Like, that would be worth its weight in fucking gold, depending on what the lineup is. Because one of the things about LFF is you've got to be in London. But if you don't have to be in London, if it's like I could book some time off work and basically like have a press screening schedule in my own home, and you guys could, or whoever applies for a press pass, that could be fucking incredible. And the amount of money that BFI can make off of that would be something else. But I haven't had any emails about press accreditation for LFF yet, and I usually do by now. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do that this year. But frankly, guys, if Cineworld showing LFF films as advanced screenings, fucking eat that shit up.
Fucking too right.
You know, so it again, like Venice is actually supposed to be having some sort of in-person thing in September. They're still saying they're doing it. Fuck knows how that's going to work, but good luck to them. Yeah, I mean, it's just fascinating. Like Toronto have said that they're going to do some in-person things, or at least screenings in cinemas. So I don't know. It just, people have been saying for the last couple of weeks, we're going to have to face up to the rest of the calendar year without cinemas. No, don't think it's going to happen. It's not going to happen. You know, yes, things are very, very bad in certain pockets of the world, and unfortunately, I mean, the UK have not fucked it, but they haven't. I don't think we fucked it either. There are areas of the US who have spectacularly fucked it, but it doesn't feel like it's going to be as bad as all that, at least from our positions. I don't know. I'm feeling positive about it all, which is good, because when Tenet got delayed last week, it was not happy times. I'm glad we didn't record last Monday, because I would have been miserable as fucking shit.
How positive are you feeling about the new trailer for Bill and Ted Face the Music?
I am up for this. I am up for Keanu. I am up for Alex Winter. I don't know who the girl is who's playing Keanu Reeves' daughter, but that's some good casting. And Samara Weaving's always fun. Yeah, man, let's do it. And the fact that this is not getting premium VOD over here gives me some real fucking hell, this thing could actually be really good. And Kevin Smith, when he was moderating the Bill and Ted panel for Comic-Con on Saturday, was like, this is the film that needs right now. It's a very generous movie. It's like a warm hug of a film. And it's like, fuck, let's go. Yeah.
And that's what I'm hoping. From seeing it, that it seems to be what seems to be going on in the trailer. I'm like, yeah, I am good with what's going on here. I just want, and the fact it's 78 minutes long, which means that seems to me like that they have the balls to go, do you know what? Let's not have that baggy bit of nostalgia. Let's just have a fun romp.
I mean, it's going to be in and out, man. I mean, I can't imagine there's going to be a lot of plot, but there is going to be some plot. There are plotty things that happen in those films. So if it's going to be plot and jokes all at the same time, yeah, man, let's do it.
Fuck yeah.
The thing is, for a film like that, an hour and 20 is fine.
Yeah.
You know, it's fine. It doesn't need to be any longer than that, really. Like, it just looks like good fun. It looks like there's plenty of fan service in there to kind of make you go, it's that bit of that bit and whatever, but without being shit. It looks like it's very like self-awarely fan servicey. You know, when they do it and they kind of think they're being clever. This is just doing it for fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, look for it.
What else we got trailer-wise? What else you got, Ian?
Is there anything?
There's Rogue, the I've got her name. She's literally there.
Oh, I don't know. I can't even see.
What's the name? Fox?
Vivica A?
No.
Megan.
Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that thing.
It just fucking went. The name completely went out of my head.
Yeah.
See, Megan Fox as a badass thing.
Yeah, Megan Fox is a soldier.
Yep. Sold.
Yeah.
Throwing money at the screen, fucking done.
I mean, I wouldn't be throwing money at the screen.
I would.
I'll happily watch it.
Oh, that thing will be on Netflix in 6 months.
I want to see the cinema, Ian.
Well, yeah, there is. Do you know what? I can't believe I'm so like confident about films being back in cinemas that I'm already like, yeah, fuck it, I'll watch it on Netflix. No, I will watch it in the cinema.
Yeah, I'm up for that. It looks like it's going to be fun.
I think you forgot we even watched that trailer. Seems like ages ago.
Did we? I don't think we talked about the Project Power trailer.
We didn't know. We have just watched that as well, haven't we?
Yeah. See, now it's just been broken for me by that thing that Noel did.
That was pretty brilliant.
Was it on his Instagram stories where he had it as like a thing?
It's like a slideshow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
It
It looks interesting enough. I like Joseph Gordon-Levitt and stuff, so I'll watch it.
I mean, so this is on Netflix the day before my birthday, and obviously I'm not going to Spain now. So,
Birthday movie.
I mean, it is basically going to be the film that I will probably use to usher in me being 36. Like, just really, really pissed and probably not remembering it the day after, but I'm sure I'll have a fun time while it's on. Even though I will say, it's only his second film back, and I'm already a little bit like, yeah, I think I've had enough JGL for now. It's like, the thing that really weirds me out with him is his voice. Like, he seems to be affecting a deeper voice than he naturally has. Like, he does it in Dark Knight Rises as well. And it's just, stop talking like a grown-up. You are a grown-up.
Do you know what I don't think I can get past with him that always makes me feel a little bit weird about him? Looper. The weird shit they did to his face in Looper. I can't see it.
When they Bruce Willis him up.
Yeah, but they didn't. They just kind of smoothed him out a bit. Like, it was weird. It was very odd effects work.
It was a little bit. They didn't stick the landing with that.
They did not. No, absolutely not.
No, I'm looking forward to it. It looks like a Netflix movie, if that makes any sense. They all have a certain palette to them.
Yeah, you're right there.
And it's starting to get a little bit like,
Wait, that's the thing with like the old guard. I saw someone tweeting the other day saying that the third act had the production value of a Sky original drama, and it's like,
yeah.
I kind of can't argue with that. Like, the action itself is well choreographed, but there's something about the look of those films, like that Netflix film thing, and it is like the cinematographer is just given some sort of style bible by Netflix saying you have to make it look like this, and only if it's like a big time director are they able to kind of pull away from that. And yeah, I get it, because yeah, you're right, Project Power does look like that, but it's directed by the guys who did Catfish and Paranormal Activity 3 and 4, so
yeah.
You know, they're not nobodies. But
no, they did. What was it? They did that Nerve. That was quite an interesting, fun movie. Actually, I quite enjoyed that.
Emma Roberts. No, who was in that?
It was Emma Roberts and Dave Franco.
Dave Franco. Yeah, Nerve was all right, eh?
Yeah, Nerve was a fun movie. Nerve was exactly the movie it needed to be.
Yeah, that's a good way of describing it. I mean, yeah, up for it. Won't remember anything about it after watching it, but up for it, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. Somebody will ask you what it's about, and you will be able to give them the most brief plot description ever.
Oh,
and then they'll go, "Oh, is it any good?" And you'll go, "Yeah, it's alright."
And what's the name of that girl that's in it? That
Dominique Fishback.
Yeah, I thought it was something fish cakes, but that's right.
It's not a real name, that. Can't be.
That can't be her name.
Can't be a name.
Let's have a Google.
It can't. That's not a person name.
Dominique Fishback.
It's like
it is. She was made
in a lab.
Made in a lab.
But it's like she's got her name along with those other guys, like on the poster, and it's just like, did someone at Netflix lose a bet?
Yeah. They've gone, we've got to have that name on the poster. Why? Because nobody will look at Jamie Foxx and Joseph Gordon-Levitt's name. They'll just go, oh, it's Jamie. What? Fishback?
You're mean. There's not an awful lot about her on the wiki.
It's because she doesn't exist, man. But
yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't say Dominique Fishback born blah 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 blah.
She was created.
I don't think she was.
She was.
But it actually doesn't have a date of birth for her, so possibly.
Yeah, there you fucking go. What's she been in?
She's in
DOS, that's what she's been in.
The Hate You Give is the only thing that...
Yeah. She was created in a lab.
Oh, who was she in The Hate You Give? She wasn't the lead girl, was she?
No, Kenya.
Okay.
Friend, I think.
Sure.
Why not?
She's in The Deuce.
The Deuce. That's a TV show.
It's Maggie Gyllenhaal thing about porn?
I think it is about porn, yes. It's starting to make you think, why haven't I watched this?
It's got James Franco in it, so probably
why
about
haven't I watched
porn,
this? It's got James Franco, Maggie Gyllenhaal, Chris Bauer, Dominic Fishback.
I'm pleased that you didn't try that one. Don't try it. Ow!
Benega Kimbig?
No.
I think it is.
I don't think
I think it is. So yeah, any other trailers? Anything for anyone else? No?
Any more?
No? Nope. Right. Let's get Affleck. The grunt. The Way Back, or Finding the Way Back.
Or Alcoholic Affleck.
Or that is what it should have been called, Alcoholic Affleck.
Or Fatfleck.
Or Fatfleck. Whoa!
That's very good.
You up?
That's very good. He is a chungus in this, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
Body shaming or much?
I don't give a shit.
Oh,
Do you know what? I've lost all respect for him since he got that shitty dragon back tattoo.
That was a long time ago.
But yeah, well, it's been a long time since I've respected him. And I honestly want to take Anna de Armas and shake her by the shoulders and say, what the fuck are you thinking?
I think we all have to respect Ben Affleck for
tapping that.
For being a choice swordsman, and
wow,
and for God Baby Gone.
Yeah, all right. He's all right in Gone Baby Gone. He's very much overshot. Eh?
He isn't in it. He directed it.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's in it.
No, Gone Girl. You're thinking.
I am thinking of Gone Girl. Yeah, Gone Baby Gone's very. It's fucking depressing though, isn't it?
It's really fucking good though.
The fact that this film, right? Then go on then.
So it stars the
I got attacked by the cat.
It stars Ben Affleck and other people. Al Madrigal and a bunch of other people that I do. Let's be honest, it's Ben Affleck's movie. He plays an ex-college basketball star who is now an alcoholic construction worker who is estranged from his wife, and he is asked to come back and coach the team that he used to play for back in high school. And yeah, basically that is the plot of the movie.
And then basically it just follows the same route as every other fucking sports movie ever.
So, Becky.
Becky's got shit to say.
What
Wow.
do you think of The Way Back?
Oh, it's just really fucking generic, isn't it? It's so cliched, it's painful. From the moment one of the first lines in this movie was basically a paraphrasing of Mark Wahlberg made famous phrase, "Say hi to your mother for me," I was just like, nah, this is gonna be stupid. And it was. That's pretty much all I've got to say. The highlight for me was the "say hi to your mother for me" and seeing, what's her name, out of the league in it. She becoming so McConaughey.
Right. I mean, you were in for this from the start, weren't you?
No, I wasn't.
Yeah.
I wanted you to watch this without me.
And I said, no, fuck you.
Well, you agreed, and then you fucking sprung it on me last night. Oh, I'm going to watch this for the podcast. I thought I told you to watch that without me. Oh, I didn't. Right. Thanks for that.
Ian, what did you think to The Way Back?
Yeah, I mean, I think I liked it more than Bex did, but I 100% get what she's saying. It feels like I don't know, it's both derivative but also at times like just really fucking messy. First off, aside from losing the college the college basketball job, doesn't really, I don't know, like his construction worker job doesn't seem to be affected by it. When he's at his lowest ebb, he's got an attractive woman buying him shots.
Yeah.
You know, which, you know, and then that scene where he's accidentally in the wrong person's house.
And
like,
we've all done that.
I mean, to be fair, I jumped into someone's back garden thinking it was a shortcut trying to get home once, and that went wrong. So yeah, I mean, it's. I'll be honest, it was a little bit weird that it was like putting the one in the freezer and then getting the other one out. It was like, I do that. The odd beer in the shower, I do that.
Yeah, I said to Bex when it came up the shower beer, I went, fucking hell, I'm liking this already. Shower beer.
Well, the bit where he was sneakily putting his beer in his like cooler cup, I was like, big mood. That is a big mood. When he was putting the fucking gin and the vodka in there, not so much, but you know.
I mean yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's the thing. It's like it almost feels like if he just stuck to beer, he probably could have got through it.
Yeah, and the thing is, like the whole like him.
What film is that? It's Bad Lieutenant Porter Call, New Orleans.
What?
His dad's missus claims she isn't an alcoholic because she only drinks beer.
I mean, fair. So it feels like the whole like rock bottom hitting bit. You've missed that because that's him losing the kid and turning into an alcoholic and losing his wife and all that kind of stuff. And then it comes in after that. So it's like he's just a functioning alcoholic by that point.
And it's like that when they introduce the other family and their kid, it's like, what the fuck's going on here? Okay, yeah. They knew each other when like their kid was in hospital, cool. And then the next time you see them, it's like, oh shit, that kid's fucking dying, right? Okay, things just seem to pop up in here just to propel the plot, like that the woman buying him shots, like, and again, it was like so weird. It's like he's ignoring her. And it's like, okay, I don't really know why. And then okay, he's interested. Then suddenly they're in the car, and it's right. Who's this woman? Like apparently she knows him, but I've got no idea who she is. It feels like there was
explain who she is, really, do they?
No. It was like
I just wasn't paying attention because, yeah, but.
No, the bartender says something like, I think that's blah 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 from something or other. It's like, am I supposed to know who that is? Because for a second, I thought, fucking hell, is that like one of the school girls at the school? And this bartender's just disgusting.
Yeah. One of the school girls.
Because, I mean, that would have been, fucking hell, that is a low. If it was basically like he shags an underage girl or something and doesn't really know what he's doing. I mean, but then again, that would have been like, okay, audience sympathy gone, so I get why they didn't go in that direction, but it should have.
Bottom that makes you think, fucking hell, he's really overcome some shit to get himself healthy here, is there?
No, I mean, like, to be fair, that guy should have locked his fucking back door.
That is very true.
And as well, like I say, it's happened to us all.
I mean, it happened to me.
It's happened to us all.
And
it's a little bit like, at that point, you kind of go, he hasn't broken anything or anything like that. You go, get out, dude.
Yeah, that's it. He's walked in, grabbed a beer, gone for a piss, not even like in anywhere inappropriate, clearly in the toilet, and then gone, oh shit, my bad, I'll go.
But that's the thing, he apologises.
Yeah.
It's not like he's suddenly like, oh, what's going on? He, like, if he started like trying to fight him or something, you'd kind of get it. But in a way, that guy's reaction is a bit of an overreaction once Affleck is obviously drunk and apologetic.
Yeah. A sports movie is so low energy as well. Like, it just kind of drifts through its shit.
I mean, yeah, and I mean, again, sorry, we haven't even said. The thing is, with Mark, I think I know what he's going to say because Gavin O'Connor directed sports movie with an alcoholic Ben Affleck. So I'll be stunned if he doesn't say what I think he's going to say. So just to get this out there, the sports movie aspect of it, you get maybe like one scene with each of the kids. Well, and not even each of the kids. Like that one white kid, like his running joke is he's likes shagging around and then those girls catch him out. That's it, end of. That one lad, it's like he kicks him off the team for being late and he says, I'm sorry, coach, I really want to play. All right, you're back on the team. That's basically him gone for the rest of the film. It feels...
It just gets him to talk. It's just so kind of... The actual sports movie elements of the movie are so fucking Disney live action special, it's untrue. The whole alcoholic coach bit's been done before more charmingly by Tom Hanks.
There's an awful lot of basketball in the High School Musical movies.
I didn't actually say High School Musical, did I?
No, but they're a Disney original movie.
They are a Disney original movie.
Yeah.
They're better than this.
But no, I mean, I mean, I to be honest, I think I'm more like leaning towards Becky's side the more we talk about it. It's the thing is, Affleck is obviously very, very committed and is obviously using some real world shit in how he's going about it. And there's some silent acting from him, which is really, really good. But man, you do not need another. He gets some traumatic news, and then there's melancholy music playing as it slowly tracks him walking back into the bar, and then just looking fucking miserable. You don't need that. But what do you think of it?
Can I just say as well,
sorry,
the whole, oh, we need to win this game, or we need to beat that team that completely fucked us over last time and are like the best in the league to get in the playoffs. Oh my God, we need to win this one. They were never fucking winning that one. They were clearly going to have to win against the really hard team. It's just the cliches. My God. Go on, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I clearly enjoyed it the most. Is what I will say there. I actually still quite like Ben Affleck because I don't care what people say. I think he's an enjoyable actor to watch.
I think he's a better director than an actor.
I'd probably agree with that. But then he's a very fine director.
Very fine director.
The thing is, I have certain issues with Gavin O'Connor movies. I think he very closely makes very, very good movies. And then it's like there's always something that he just can't get quite right. He's there. I mean, the closest he ever got was Warrior. And he was very, very close to making an absolute 5-star movie. And then he fucked it at the end.
Yeah, it didn't stick the landing, did it?
Because the big dramatic ending, he put a song over it, and you're going, what have you done apart from just let all of the air out of the balloon?
Yeah, Barbie Girl was a fucked up choice for that.
Barbie Girl would have been a better choice.
What was the song?
It was generic song number 7 in every Spotify list. The thing is, Ben Affleck is, like you say, he was drawn to this by his own experiences, and there's a catharsis there, which I find that quite, quick and play to watch in terms of you're looking at it going, right, there's little nuggets of fucking truth here. Like the whole, I get the feeling that the beer in the fridge thing might have been what is it, and then also you get the Gavin kind of can do drunks quite well. Nick Nolte has a few good drunk moments in Warrior. Affleck, you never get him like throwing up over everybody or having a fight or anything like that. He just gets drunk, and his dad's mate has to take him home.
Yeah.
Who generally just seems to be at the bar there just so he can take him home.
Just to look after him, yeah. It's weird.
He feels some kind of protective nature over, and I think that would have been quite nicely explored. I think Al Madrigal is very good in it.
Which one's he? Is he
the assistant coach?
Yeah, he's the assistant coach. I think
actually.
He's really good in it. He kind of he's right. He gives him an out. It gives him a chance to kind of explain it. The guy who plays the basketball team's chaplain.
Yeah.
Every time Affleck keeps swearing, and he's like, seriously, could you stop it? He's like, I'm trying. He's like, not hard enough. It is good. And the thing is, I can't disagree with anything you guys are saying, but I also can't deny the fact that I enjoyed watching it, and it kept my attention going for what is probably a little bit too long for that. It's pushing an hour 50.
Yeah.
For it, and also as well, the way back doesn't make sense.
No. As a title.
As a
theme.
And finding the way back makes less sense.
Well, as I said to you guys 15 minutes before the end of the film, it didn't really look like he was going to find the way back. And then he kind of found the way back. But, it kind of just ends with him. Like, the resolution, okay, he doesn't even get to watch the fucking team he mentored. Because I thought he was going to be in the stands in that game.
In the stands, yeah.
And it's like... I think that would have been a better ending, eh? Like, than him... I mean, yes, okay, he starts bouncing a basketball again. But I didn't necessarily
It's not like
get...
he's going to be playing in the fucking NBA next year, is it?
I mean, that's exactly it. It's like... Cool, man, but you're obviously okay with basketball as a concept because you've been coaching the team.
Yeah.
So that would have made more sense if it was like he has just sworn off of basketball.
But,
yeah.
But it's weird because it feels like it starts after whatever makes him that way, and then it finishes before he's actually sort of fixed things for himself. It's like this weird middle period where he's just a bit of a fuck up.
The thing is, there are better basketball movies about this kind of subject. If you want to watch that, go watch He Got Game.
Yeah.
And
or White Men Can't Jump.
I mean, obviously, but that you can say that for anything. But if you want to watch something about a basketball player who had it all and then threw it away, watch He Got Game.
Yeah.
And if you're wanting to watch a movie about a coach finding himself and, becoming, it being an affirming thing for it.
Watch A League of Their Own.
No, watch Hoosiers. Because it contains Gene Hackman giving just an incredible performance and a speech that can't help make you go, I'm in bits now. Hoosiers is a fantastic movie. And if you want to watch something that's a medley of a little bit of both, there's Blue Chip with Nick Nolte. So in terms of the sport movie element of it, yes, it's not there. But the just he never has a big blowout moment when everything goes wrong for him because of his drinking. It's all rational, steady things.
Well, I think it thinks it does. I think it's him waking up in the hospital bed, having broken into that man's house, and then rolled down a fucking hill. I think that the film thinks that's its big moment.
But what I'm saying is I think the film is also aware of the fact that that isn't that big a moment. It's a fairly natural could happen moment. And a fairly natural, as I say, happens to us all moment.
Maybe this actually, like our review, says more about our collective drinking habits than it does about the film. That we're just like, yeah, who hasn't done that? Who hasn't rolled down a fucking hill? Who hasn't accidentally walked into the wrong house? Maybe this is more on us than it is on the film. Maybe we should be scandalised by his behaviour.
Yeah, there's people watching going,
oh my God.
Who does that? And I'm going, the beer in the freezer? That's a really good idea.
It's quite a good idea, actually.
Yeah, it is.
The way back, its main achievement is hints and tips on how to be a more effective alcoholic.
And there'll be some great people who go, holy shit, shower beer. And it's like, I've been talking about shower beers for years.
I don't think I've ever shower beer.
Shower beer is a wonderful thing.
Maybe when we're at the cabin.
Yeah, I've given you a shower beer in the cabin.
Have, yeah. There's a little shelf, so I don't really drink it while it's in the shower.
10 a.m.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not shit on it.
Yeah, I thought it was shit.
Ian?
I hated it.
The shower beer is something that I've done quite a lot. And me and my friends used to call it the Jack Bauer, where you'd have a beer in the shower. And then if you had a beer in the shower and jerked off as well, then that was a 24. Yeah, we had some weird conversations, but yeah, I've had a few 24s in my time. Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is, Affleck is good in it. Like, he is good. I mean, I suppose it's a very, very weak, definitely not shit. But that's because I like sports movies and I like Ben Affleck. But if you're turned off by either of those prospects, then just do not watch it.
Yeah.
I don't like either of those things.
One interesting fact before I give mine, well, I've already said I'm definitely not shitting it, but one interesting fact that I will say on it is at the end, when he finally picks up a basketball again, in spite of the fact that we've seen him pick up a basketball 3 times before that, have you noticed that he actually makes the first shot and then misses the next 2?
I did not notice that.
Oh, that's funny. Just one other thing about it as well that kind of drove me up the wall and made me think there must be a longer cut. That whole thing with the one he makes captain's dad, where the dad's like, I don't want him living his life playing basketball. You know, you had a scholarship. Look what they did for you. Blah, blah, blah. And then the next scene the dad's in it, he's just at the game and just nods it. He just nods at his son. You know, it's like, where the fuck was the connective tissue there that went from I don't want to see him playing basketball to I will see him playing basketball? There's nothing. There's got to be a longer fucking cut of this film.
There's a longer cut of this movie, without question. I would say there's a cut of this movie that totals in at about 2 hours 20.
Yeah, if there was like a 2 and
see that movie.
I do.
I mean, I wonder whether Gavin O'Connor was like, I want it to be 2.5 hours. Warner Brothers said no, and he just said, fuck it, do what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I very mild, definitely not shit. Like a hair's breadth away from touching cloth for me.
Well, I was definitely not shit. Our audience poll, definitely not shit, 60%, and touching cloth, 40%.
Are you a craft beer junkie?
Do you eagerly anticipate the freshest IPA release from your local craft brewer?
Do you check in every beer you've ever had on Untappd?
Do you know the difference between a Belgian triple and a Berliner Weisse?
Then do we have a podcast for you? What's Untappd podcast gives you beer reviews, interviews with brewers, behind the scenes access to beer festivals, games, and more. Whether you're a craft beer junkie or new to the world of craft brewing, What's Untappd podcast is something for you.
Check us out online, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and now wearePodsyndicate.com. And as always, keep drinking, you dum-dums.
Have you ever wondered what so-called family films will scar your kids forever? Putting 4 and 5-year-olds in front of this movie, it's like, if they didn't know what death was before this, they're going to know it after it.
They're going to know it after it, and they're going to be freaking terrified
And
of
they're going to be questioning you.
Yeah.
Or do you have the slight suspicion that your loved one has a cold, dead heart?
Yeah, the Dark Knight has got like all the orphans, and like, oh no, we're going to die. They did not build up those orphans at all. In my head, it's like, kill them.
Then look no further. The His Film Her Movie podcast is the show for you. It's the movie podcast that celebrates the contrasting cinematic tastes of its hosts. So join Jordan and Lauren every week on their unique journey through the land of the silver screen. So if you're looking for a few laughs, some fun film related chat, then get involved. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Becky, what have you been watching these past couple of weeks? Let's see if we can get some positivity out of you.
Well, I can't remember where we got up to. Did I talk about the Goldfinch last time?
No, because you hadn't watched it at that point.
Yeah, but I couldn't remember whether I'd watched it by that point.
No.
Okay, so I watched the Goldfinch.
You're the person who's watched the Goldfinch.
Wow, you watched the Goldfinch.
It's actually...
Shit.
It's
3.25 hours long.
I mean, it did feel really long, I'm not going to lie. It's all right, to be fair, up to a point, and then it just absolutely fucking goes off a cliff.
You told me it was beyond boring.
But the bit where he's younger is quite interesting. It's just when he's like Ansel Elgort that it gets really boring, and I don't give a shit about him as an adult. He's not...
Holy shit, it's 2.5 hours long.
Yeah, it is, yeah. But yeah, the bits where he's younger and that, it's quite interesting, where he's like... he originally goes to live with Nicole Kidman's family because he's friends with their kid, and then his dad comes back and like takes him away because he thinks he's got this massive trust fund that he can kind of dive into, and he meets Finn Wolfhard, and then that whole bit's quite fun, and then it's only when he's an adult that it's boring.
Not like that kid.
No, I know you don't. That's because you don't like Stranger Things. You've actually never seen him in anything apart from it, and he's quite good in it. So...
No, I've seen one of the stuff.
No, you haven't.
I have.
So yeah, oh, he's in the turning, yeah. Whatever. We didn't see the end of that, so you can't count it.
Fucking seen it though.
Yeah, it's just a real shame because it's not that bad, and then it just is. So yeah, the Goldfinch.
It's not that bad, but then it is.
It's not that bad, not that bad, not that bad, and then it just is shit.
Fair enough.
So overall, obviously because the ending's shit, it feels like all of it's shit. But if it could have just done the adult bit better, it would have been all right.
Fair.
I watched Repo, the genetic opera, inspired by our watching of Phantom of the Paradise for you guys for doing Paying It Forward.
Yeah.
I fucking love Repo. I absolutely, to an unreasonable degree, love this movie. I could watch it like on a semi-regular basis easily. I love the fact that it's got Tony Head in it. He's brilliant in it as the Repo Man. Alexa Vega's in it. She's fun. Paul Savino's in it. He's just Paul Savinoing up the place. Sarah Brightman, obviously, it's nice to see her doing like musical stuff in any sort of capacity. The story is just even Paris Hilton's not bad in it, to be fair to her. And the story is absurd, but it is so well done. And the whole thing about this is they wanted to make exactly this movie. Like, it's not like anything's gone wrong. They wanted to make a movie that felt like a culty kind of B movie. And
I hate it when people do that.
No, but they wanted to make something a bit sort of, I suppose, Rocky Horror vibe kind of thing, like something that would be enjoyed at the kind of thing that you'd enjoy at a late night screening. And they wanted to make a trilogy, so they wanted to do this, then a prequel, then a sequel, and then obviously it didn't make any money, so he made, is it Devil's Carnival, I think, instead, which is on Prime as well, which I've been meaning to watch before we podcasted, but I haven't had a chance. But it's really fucking good fun.
Yeah. Rocky Horror, that massive cult movie that everybody's heard of that made an absolute shit ton of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that massive cult movie.
Anyway, so what else did I watch on my own? Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse.
Love that film.
It's fucking great, isn't it?
I feel that watching it now, though, you watch it and go, it's questionable. That isn't there a bit where a cheerleader is a zombie and she's not wearing a top, so he takes a photo of her boobs?
Yes.
Or it's a stripper.
One of the strippers,
it's one of the strippers, yeah.
I mean, she's a stripper. Like, that's kind of what she's in.
It's fine, but I just get the feeling like now there'd be a few too many people who would be offended by that.
Oh, it's so much fun.
But I remember watching it and going, this is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's brilliant. You've seen it, haven't you, Ian?
Repo.
Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse.
Sorry, Lossie just came in. I muted my mic for a second. No, I haven't yet.
Honestly, watch it. It's hilarious.
That's a good time, like a couple of beers late on one night movie.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a lot of fun.
And I partnered Scout's Guide with Tucker and Dale versus Evil because clearly I was a zombie comedy kind of.
It's a good one to partner it with, yeah.
Not zombie comedy, horror comedy.
Yeah.
Tucker and Dale, fucking brilliant. The whole, all the kind of misconstrued situations and stuff like that, and you can kind of see how both sides are seeing it the way that they're seeing it, but the fact that Tucker and Dale are just there like, oh my god, these suicidal college kids have just come to like kill themselves in the woods. What are they doing? And it's fucking great. It is so well acted from them too. So yeah, I had a fun day with that lot. What else did I watch on my own? The Book of Life.
Yeah.
I really like The Book of Life because I've kind of softened towards Coco because at the start I was very much like, no, it's just ripping off The Book of Life, what a lot of bullshit fucking Disney Pixar shite. And then I watched it and I was like, oh, actually, yeah, this is quite good. But thematically they are very, very similar.
Sure.
But then watching The Book of Life again, it is so much better than Coco. It's so much more charming. What else? I watched Patient Zero with Isabel.
Oh, yeah.
The Matt Smith movie. At the end of it, she went, see, it was all right, but nothing really happened, did it? I was like, no, it didn't really, did it? And she was like, but I didn't hate it, but nothing really happened. And I think that pretty much sums up Patient Zero. I think that's about it, because I didn't get to the end of Atlantis, The Lost Empire.
Fair enough.
So that will be on next week's show.
Ian, what have you been watching?
Well, I have watched a few things. Let me bring up my stuff now. Watched The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises, obviously, patreon.com/filmbastards. And, Dark Knight's an absolute banger. Everyone knows it is, so that's fine. Dark Knight Rises. That film's fucking brilliant. It's brilliant.
Yep.
It's so fucking epic. Like in length, production value, the score, the plot. It's just like Christopher Nolan being the like see things big guy. Yeah, he's been doing that shit for a long time now, and it's tremendous. And the IMAX framing stuff on Dark Knight Rises is even better than The Dark Knight. It's a film which is obviously compromised, but works better than it probably had any right to. And the fact that it works just as well as a sequel to Batman Begins as it does The Dark Knight is a credit to it. That's all I'll say for now. Patreon.com/filmbastards, where Mark and I at some point soon, and we better get on these because we've got like a 4-week countdown now.
Yep.
We need to get these done. But yeah, Dark Knight went up on the Patreon feed yesterday. Dark Knight Rises, we'll discuss when we're going to do that, but I think it will probably be soon. Other stuff that I watched that wasn't Batman or playing it forward adjacent. I took a little trip to Jurassic Park. So Saturday afternoon.
Now I started watching Jurassic Park with Isabel, and now I can't watch the fucking rest of it because you woke up from your nap and we hadn't got far enough into it, and now I have to wait for Isabel.
All right, sorry, go on.
Looks real good on 4K.
Yeah.
Did you not watch it on?
I don't know, it was on Netflix. I don't know. I didn't see.
Oh, all right, fair enough. I'll let you off. So no, yeah, I mean it's I watched it in 4K on Apple TV, and it was Saturday afternoon, and like Donna was kind of like just on her phone and Lottie was on her iPad. I was like, I'm gonna watch Jurassic Park, and then Donna was like, I want to watch Jurassic Park. So it was like, cool, all right then. So we just ended up watching Jurassic Park, and it's I don't know why. It's been bloody ages since I watched Jurassic Park. The last time I watched it was actually when the 3D Blu-ray re-release came around, when we had a 3D TV, and there is a picture of me with 3D glasses on with Lottie, who was maybe like a week old at the time, just over my shoulder crying her eyes out. Yeah, like not happy, but for some reason we have a photo of that. So that was the last time I watched Jurassic Park. The thing is, right, to have the fucking balls, like John Williams, to have the balls to just go, I'm just going to rip out an absolute banger of a tune here. And then 20 minutes later, no, 5 minutes later, do it again. Like you've got the, when they first arrive at Jurassic Park and you got, da, 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 you know, and it's like, fuck, well done, John. You've earned your money. Go home.
We have a running gag about the Jurassic Park theme, don't we?
Yeah.
We have a whole running gag about the Jurassic Park theme. If we mention Jurassic Park, then one of us does the Star Wars theme, and then if we mention Star Wars, then we do the Jurassic Park theme. It's like a whole thing in our house.
Nice. Just
to share a little insight for you there.
But the thing is, the Jurassic Park theme, you've got two you can choose from. You've got that one, and you've got da, 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 you know, you've
That's
got
what we do.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? You say the Jurassic Park theme, and it could easily be one or t'other.
Yeah, true.
Like, so just the confidence of John Williams to go, Steve, I'm going to smash it out the fucking park for you, mate. So you know what? You got some real nice shots of Costa Rica and a helicopter going down there. I'll help you out. And look at that fucking dinosaur. Yeah, I've got just the tune for that. But then there's also actually like really, really good music with like the raptors and stuff towards the end as well. And when Nedry's like running around, it's like da 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 da, you know, and it's almost like Predator. So yeah, John Williams.
It is actually, yeah. I've never noticed that.
A little bit, yeah. It is. But just the way that an awful lot of Jurassic Park plays out like a horror movie, like the tension is very, very horror, and there are, you know, there are bits in it that are so fucking suspenseful. It's brilliant and just like very like honestly kind of like edge of your seat stuff even now. Yeah, it's. I mean, it sounds stupid to say, hey, Jurassic Park's really good, but fucking hell, Jurassic Park is still really, really good. Yeah, and I mean, you know, Sam Neill and Laura Dern. I mean, the fact that it's kind of implied that they're shagging, you know, it's never really properly confirmed, but it is a bit really like that's. I'm not entirely sure that would wash now. But then you've just got like sexual deviant himself, Jeff Gold. Obviously macking on Laura Dern throughout the entire thing, but not in a way that it is particularly egregious. It's playful. You and he asks like, "Oh, is Dr. Sadler seeing anyone?" And yeah, are you a thing? And Sam Neill's like, "Yeah," and then he kind of backs off. But then you've got Jeff Goldblum shirtless later on, and it's just like, well, everyone will fuck that. Richard Attenborough would, I love how this film weirdly portrays Jeff Goldblum as like chaos theorist sex god.
But you don't not buy it though, do you?
No, but that's the thing. You don't not buy it. When he's got his chest off and he's just chest out, sorry, and he's just lying there, and that pose is mental. But it's brilliant. Jurassic Park. The thing is, it's the film that turned me into the film fan that I am today. And I'm so glad that it's one of those ones that you watched as a kid, and watching it as an adult, it's not like, oh God, why did I like that so much? It's not. It just sings throughout the entire thing. Brilliant film. Just fucking brilliant. So then we had Jurassic Boners. So Donna has not seen either of the Jurassic World films. So we watched Jurassic Park, and I like, she was a little bit worse for wear after the night before. And so like, she was just like, yeah, let's just sit on the sofa and watch some films and stuff. So we start Jurassic World on. Didn't go to the Lost World Jurassic Park or Jurassic Park 3. I don't know why, to be honest. But yeah, we went for Jurassic World, and I like Jurassic World. It's not, the thing is, you just have to acknowledge that though these films now will never be Jurassic Park, never. It's not going to happen. And so you just let these films do their thing. And Jurassic World, I mean, like, they've got the genius idea of, okay, have the park open and have mayhem ensue. And it's got its nasty points to it. It is, like, sometimes agreeably, the flying ones coming in and snatching people up is, yeah, that's quite fun to see. There's the brilliant bit where there's the guy who's double fisting margaritas and running away. Like, that's some big dick energy there, fair play. But then there's the assistant character who's been set up as not necessarily caring, but not the most evil person in the world, and she just gets the most horrific death. It's like, wow, why?
You pissed somebody off.
No, yeah. But at the same time, it's just like, do you know what? I kind of respect the fact that this film's got, at times, a slightly nastier edge, because it doesn't happen often. And to be fair, Jurassic Park has its mean shit to it. Samuel L. Jackson's character didn't really deserve a death, and I mean, Wayne Knight definitely deserved a death, but he gets fucking tortured by those little cunts. Even though it's brilliant, he gets into the car, and then the one's just in the other car seat, just waiting for him. I mean, it doesn't really make any sense, but it's great. And yeah, to be honest, I think I like Bryce Dallas Howard more than I like Chris Pratt in these films. Like, she's actually got a bit of an arc. He's basically like, look how conflicted but cool and strong I am. And yeah, I wish Judy Greer was in it more, because Judy Greer should be in everything, because I like masturbating. And it's a fun time, is Jurassic World, which then led us on the next day. So yesterday we watched Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Now, if Brad is listening, I know this is your most hated film of all time, Brad, and I'm sorry, but I think Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is a bit of a fucking banger.
I agree with you.
The thing about that film is they properly subvert expectations, where the first half of it is kind of what you expect out of one of these films, except, now we've got to save the dinosaurs. But, there's
the awful dinosaur death where it's like silhouetted against the fucking lava. That traumatized me.
It's, really, really, there are some fucking amazing shots in this film. They're like J.A. Byron, some top draw shit with Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. And yeah, I mean, that shot, it's haunting. Like, it's really, really upsetting. And it perfectly sets up the second half of the film of being like, look, these dinosaurs do not fucking know what's going on. It's not their fault that they're alive. And they're going to do what they're going to do. And so the second half of the film, where it is like these people trying to sell off dinosaurs to the highest bidder, genetically modifying them to be a weapon and whatnot. And it does quite successfully paint the whole who are the real monsters kind of thing, as cheesy as it is. It does paint that well. But also the fact that the second half of it somehow becomes some sort of mental haunted house in a mansion film, but with a dinosaur.
Yeah.
I mean, they were trying weird, interesting shit with Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. And does it all work? No. It doesn't. There's, you've got Rafe Spall and Toby Jones and Ted Levine as bad guys. Maybe have 2 out of 3. Okay, so Toby Jones is like, right, he's basically an evil auctioneer.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Could we not just have had Rafe Spall and Ted Levine?
Do you need an evil auctioneer?
No, I mean that's it. I mean,
in general.
Even though I do like the scene where they're like, it's a prototype. We're not selling this, and it's like $20 million. Like stereotypical Russian guy who's incredible. And then they're like, it's not for auction. It's not for auction. 25 millions. And then Rafe Spall's just like, yeah, all right then. And then it's brilliant. But Jurassic World Dominion, I think, could be a real fucking interesting piece of work. They've set up, right, okay, dinosaurs in the real world, like, no, not the real world, but like in the world. Do they coexist? Do they not? What exactly is going to happen? All like Sam Neill, Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum, all back. Like, let's go. Trevorrow, fair play. You and Derek Connolly wrote the first 2. I want to see what you're going to do with the third one. And Bayona definitely puts his stamp on the one with some of the shit that they pull off in it. I think it's a really interesting sequel. And to be honest, I think I like it more than Jurassic World. Yeah, I think I do. Let's fucking go. It probably won't come out next year now, because everything this year is going to come out next year. But I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do when they get there. And in my mind's eye, there's something else that I watched, and it's kind of frustrating me that I can't remember what it is. But I'll leave it there. I think that's me.
Cool. We've got a few to watch together. I've not got anything solo that I watched this week.
Oh.
I know.
Oh, Ma.
I'm alright. I'm good.
One thing that I did watch, it's TV, but I watched the Ju-On Origins TV show on.
You just brought me back. How is it?
It's actually quite good. I've seen a lot of people complaining that there's not enough supernatural elements to it, but I think it's supposed to be kind of like the origins of the haunted house. So it's like the human stuff that made the house haunted in the movies. So it's like a prequel kind of vibe. It's actually quite interesting, but it's really weirdly dubbed. Yeah. What? No, but it's very westernized voices, and it just doesn't fit. If there was an option to watch it subbed, I would do. But yeah, it's quite interesting as like a tie-in piece. So yeah.
Nice. I'll never watch it, but I'm glad you think it's interesting.
No, that's fine. I figured as it's film adjacent, I thought it'd be all right to mention. Mark's wandered off now. He's coming back. Come back.
What?
Don't stand on the cat.
I'm gonna.
Don't.
What at?
We're just waiting for you.
Cool.
To come and do, like, you haven't spoken for a while.
So we watched Roxanne, didn't we?
We did.
Because I'm at the Steve Martin place at the moment after watching The Jerk for Playing It Forward, which you can find on Pod Syndicate. We are a Pod Syndicate podcast. It's Roxanne. It's like a modern-ish retelling of Cyrano de Bergerac, and it's a lot of fun, isn't it?
It is a lot of fun. I think if it were released now, I think it'd get a lot of grief for how manipulated Daryl Hannah's character is in it. You know, she basically ends up sleeping with that guy. She gets catfished.
Yeah, she does.
Which is kind of problematic.
I mean, it was the 80s. It was a simpler time.
It was, but what I'm saying is, like, looking at it through a 2020 lens, it's...
Let's ruin all movies by being too woke.
But it is a bit like... problematic. But it's quite sweet in its 80s context.
It's lovely catfishing.
Lovely catfishing.
We watched Daylight because Ian watched it last week, and I thought, I need to rewatch Daylight now.
It's fucking great, Daylight.
I love Daylight. It's a great film.
Oh, fair play. I think I was being a bit mingy about it, if I'm honest.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's just a kind of dumb action movie. I think if you thought about it too much, you'd maybe kind of find fault in it. Like,
I love that Amy Brenneman existed for literally 2 years.
Yeah, man, that was like, what was she in?
Honestly, Heat, Fear, Daylight, and then nothing after that. City of Angel, but she's literally in that for like a flash of a second. Then beyond that, honestly, nothing. Mental.
Yeah.
You can do this one. Because it was you who wanted to rewatch it.
Yeah, so we rewatched The Terminal. I didn't particularly like it when it came out.
Yeah.
It's really sweet. It's a really sweet story. Tom Hanks is great in it. He's just lovely. And when he's like that bit where he's just like he's bored, so he starts doing some fucking like whatever, like labouring, doing that wall. And then they take him on, and then he's got a job. The fact that he continually gets around their attempt to make him fucking leave just by like the trolley thing, and he gets money for food, and then they stop that, so he does some fucking work, and then he gets a job. All right.
I was just asking if Amy Brenneman had a great ass, and I remembered that she was Robert De Niro's love interest in Heat, not Al Pacino's.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I've pretty much done on The Terminal.
On The Terminal, yeah. All right, so final one before we get into our next review. We watched Midnight Run.
Yeah, we fucking did.
Because you've got to watch Midnight Run like every couple of years because it is just fucking perfect.
And it's the law.
It is one of those few movies that is genuinely perfect.
It is fucking great, isn't it?
There's so many wonderful moments in Midnight Run.
It's got Joey Pants.
It's got Joey Pants in it, which is always fantastic.
Yeah.
Joey Pants keeping his money in his sock and his ostentatious pulled up socks. And then De Niro threatening to cut off Charles Grodin's head, and Charles Grodin just looking at him and him offside, like so they can't hear the phone, just shaking his head is genius.
They are so great together in this movie.
Yeah, Charles Grodin constantly just chipping away at him about stuff. Just try to find stuff out by just constantly asking about it at every turn. Like the Why can't you go back to Chicago? What happened with you and your wife? It's such a shame that we never got more of these movies.
Yeah. It's not really a buddy cop film, is it? Wikipedia are fucked up there.
It's a buddy. It's a
buddy
movie.
Yeah.
Also, as well, just to go through something, a bit of a lost filmmaker that we have here as well.
Go on.
So, 1984, Martin Brest makes Beverly Hills Cop. 1988, he makes Midnight Run. 1992, he makes Scent of a Woman. And that is 3 fucking great movies back to back. Then he makes Meet Joe Black, which is not terrible but not great. And then he makes Jiggly in 2003 and hasn't made anything since.
It's the J-Lo curse.
Jiggly's not good. Let's be honest, it's not.
I thought you were about to say Jiggly's not bad.
But it's not that bad either.
Isn't it?
No, it's not that bad.
He feels like one where maybe he was a little bit like, fuck it, I think I'm done, and then could just kind of happily live on the residuals of the films that he made. Like,
he can quite easily live on the residuals of Beverly Hills Cop without question.
Apparently it's supposed to be pronounced Geely.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Geely.
According to the phonetic thing on Wikipedia.
I'm going to rewatch that at some point in the next couple of weeks.
Why?
Because have you met me?
After release, critical reaction was universally negative.
I am the person that saw that at the cinema in the UK.
The one.
Yep. Fucking strutted in like fucking DiCaprio.
Nice.
Yeah. So everybody watch Midnight Run because it is just perfection in cinema.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, it is. To be fair.
Yeah, very good.
Right. On to our next feature review. Palm Springs is directed by Max Barbacoa. I'm going with that.
Barbacoa, yeah.
Barbacoa, yeah. Fuck yeah. And stars Andy Samberg and Kristen Milotti and J.K. Simmons. What is it about? So, essentially, it's quite a weird plot to describe this, actually. Niles and Sarah are trapped by a magic cave to repeat a Groundhog Day style wedding over and over again.
Yes.
J.K. Simmons is also trapped there and is trying to kill constantly Andy Samberg because he trapped him there. They form a relationship.
J.K. Simmons?
No, Niles and Sarah form a relationship, and we'll get more into plot bits and bits from there. Ian, what did you think of Palm Springs?
Who'd you ask there, sorry?
You.
Ever so sorry. Like, literally, I just heard, what did you think of Palm Springs? Yeah, no, I really liked it. It's, I don't necessarily think it's a classic, but I thought very funny, very charming. Kristen Milotti and Andy Samberg have got fantastic chemistry together. I liked the way the J.K. Simmons character developed. Some good. Oh, what?
The bit where it's on about his kid watering the dog shit.
Little Joey watering dog shit.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Fucking killed me that.
Yeah.
No, it was good. It was good. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It feels like a film that if it. Oh. Fucking hell, my cat.
Have we lost you, Ian?
Oh no, back. Sorry. Yeah, my router's being very odd tonight. It feels like a film that if it got released in like a normal year, it would have done very, very, very well as like a smaller release.
If this movie
Like-
was on Netflix and not on a
Oh.
Hulu, people wouldn't have been shutting up about it for the past 3 months.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I really liked it. I'm intrigued to see what you guys thought.
What do you think, Becky?
I really really enjoyed it. To be fair, I think there's enough funny moments for it to be funny, but it's also, like you're saying, it's really charming as well. It's kind of sweet in between all the little Joey watering his dog shit and them crashing the car into the back of a fucking truck or whatever it is to see if dying gets them out the other side of it and stuff like that. There's the stupid bits, but it's also actually really sweet. There's the reveal about why she feels so shitty about herself is quite. It's not just a dumb comedy. There's some depth there as well.
Yeah,
Bit
absolutely.
where she just tries to drive as far away as she can, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, I took a lot of speed and tried to do the same thing. I got as far as blah blah blah, and then just woke up here." And it's like he's done all this stuff she's trying. He's done it all, and then she just disappears and uses her time to essentially get a fucking physics degree, and then comes back and just goes, right, this is what we need to do. And then the fact that the bit at the end with J.K. Simmons where he talks to Andy Samberg's character and he's just like, oh, fucking hell, it worked. Like, you can see it on his face that he's like, right, that's what I've got to do. I just think it's a really clever take on something that's been done before, and it could have been quite hackneyed and it wasn't. So I kind of love that about it, and we'll watch again.
Yeah. I absolutely loved it. It will be probably in my top 10 of the year if we can watch 10 films this year. I kind of knew it was going to be my pace very fucking quickly because it started throwing out just bad jokes. I think Andy Samberg is quite good at telling a bad joke.
Well, yeah.
Really, really well.
Yeah.
With a look or something like that. I also love the fact that we don't have a journey of somebody realizing, oh shit, I'm wake up in this. You know, he's already done it, and from what we gather, he's spent a lot of years there. You know, it's not like he's only spent like 2 weeks there. You get the feeling he's been doing
There
this
a long time,
for a number of years, and the fact that, you know, very quickly he gets her there and he's like, oh shit, and has to keep explaining these things to her. I thought was really good. And it was really that added all the sweetness into it. So it was good the fact that you've got a character that's been through all this, but you get the feeling like he's gone through an awful lot of shit to get to the point where he's like, do you know what? I don't care anymore. So I'm just going to keep on enjoying. I found a way to enjoy this day.
Yeah, and you do kind of get the feeling that he's kind of got it all figured out. He's got those people's house with the pool, and like he always gives the best speech at the wedding, and you know, just living his best one day life.
I mean that's the thing. It's like he's been going through all this before, and it's kind of like the only reason why she gets drawn into it in the first place is because this was one of the times that he just decided, yeah, you know, I think I might try see how it goes with her on this one.
I think that's kind of a bit of a thing though, isn't it? Like when he's like, we've done this so many times before.
Yeah.
That's kind of like, aw, don't lie, Andy. We expect better from you.
No, but I mean, like, there's a decent enough arc for the film to kind of get you over that hurdle.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, they've, like I say, they've got good chemistry together, and they do kind of fit together well. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. It's I think with any sort of film like this, it's if you've got to spend the majority of your film with 1/2 characters, their chemistry and charisma have to take you through it, and it does very well with this.
Yeah.
They both bounce off each other really well, and she gets the sound of mind, but slightly chaotic.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
And he gets the I've given up quite well.
Well, he'd have never left. Like, he only leaves because he knows that he'll lose her.
Yeah. Yeah.
That bit, with the sort of last bit with them, where they're in that fucking pool again, and the family come home, and he's like, guess they get back on the 29th then. Because you're kind of watching it like, so they got out.
Yeah.
But this, and then the family come home.
Yeah. But there's I don't know, if there were a sequel to come out, you'd get the feeling that it would probably be, it'd have to work off the same kind of energy.
Yeah. I don't know how a sequel would work.
I love the fact that the opening called it a Lonely Island classic.
That in the Sony Pictures Classic style. Yeah, that was fucking amazing.
It is. It's just. It was nice seeing, and I don't dislike Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Quite enjoy it, but I thought the last season was an absolute car crash. But it was nice seeing him doing something else.
Yeah.
And it not just being a version of a character that he's now become synonymous with.
I actually think he's not bad. Like, his character's bits in Brooklyn Nine-Nine aren't bad. It's just the rest of the show around it.
Yeah.
Has gone. We've kind of given up on watching the current series on. What is it on E4?
I'm not sure.
Whatever channel it's on. We've kind of given up on it, haven't we? Because it's like, I just can't.
Yeah.
But yeah, Andy Samberg himself is very good.
Yeah. It's a absolute definitely not shit from me.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to more people being able to see it.
Yeah.
Is what I will say on that one. Right. We don't actually have any questions. I think I put it out maybe a bit too late.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we don't have any questions. I think we do. I should double check to make sure I haven't just completely missed some there. But I'm pretty sure we didn't get any questions, which is unfortunate and rare. But in these, heady times, we'll forgive you for this one week.
I hope Rick's okay.
I hope Rick's okay. Yeah.
Let us know you're okay, Rick.
Yes, please, and ask us a question to make sure that we know you're okay.
Yeah, we'll do it next week.
Yeah. What are we covering next week, guys?
Well, let's unhinge.
Of course we are.
Maybe.
Is the screens yet?
No, I've been looking. They're not out there yet.
God damn it.
Come on, Cineworld.
You whores.
Stop being a bitch.
They're telling people tonight/tomorrow morning. It kind of feels like it's maybe too late for tonight.
Yeah. So hopefully we're going to have Unhinged, and Ian's going to see Adrian Rio's concert on Saturday, so he's going to give us that.
I would go see that at this point.
I think I would. So basically, if you want to know what we're covering, just check out what's playing at Cineworld, because we'll be covering all of those movies.
Yeah, every single fucking one.
Every single one. So that was episode 356. We thank you very much for listening. But we are a Pod Syndicate podcast. Check out the other Pod Syndicate podcast, Chinjoke vs. Punter, Beyond the Neon, his film, her movie, Beyond the Neon, I've already said that. Entertainment and film. That's one. Patreon/Film Bastards. Also check out the bonus shows on We Are Pod Syndicate, because there's Playing It Forward and there's other bits on there that feature me, which is always good.
You are pretty good.
I am pretty fucking great, actually. Yeah. Thank you. And we've also got the Iron Sequel as well there.
What?
Iron Sequel podcast has joined us.
Cool beans.
So so check those guys out. They're 2 episodes deep now, I believe.
Nice.
Yes. Well played. Thank you very much, Rebecca.
Oh, thank you very much, Mark.
And thank you very much, Ian.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah. And we shall speak to you next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
This podcast is part of the Pod Syndicate family. For more criminally compelling shows, articles, and conversations, head to wearepodsyndicate.com.